Anyway, that can happen. That's okay. Right? What? E. Hello? Duplicate? No. Duplicate. What are you doing? Hello? Probably. Working? Yeah. Okay, good. So, okay, that better. That better. That's getting better. You know, we improve every day. Okay, yeah, first thing first. First thing first. Next Monday, we will have the exam, 8:30. 8:30, 4 to 3. 25 multiple choices, and however, I have the 24 multiple choice, A, B, C, D. One is writing down, very simple writing down. I will let you have that. Okay, good. What else? 25, and then until this week, okay, so we will cover the business problem processing and then the goal setting. Okay, so until that, we will cover. Okay, and I already shared the exam guide. I already shared the exam guide, and you can see that at the Google Classroom. And I shared that. That must be this. No. Oh, where's that? Okay, here we go. What? What is that? Duplicate. Okay. Sure. So in the Google Classroom, you can find out this exam one guide. Management, main source, whatever, contemporary issues, hierarchical knowing, industrial revolution, change agents, and history of management. We love that. So executing on and the who and why strategy management we introduce and the main purpose of the strategy. What is the main purpose of the strategy management? First thing first. Okay, and what is the definition of the management? Management is a process of getting things done effectively and efficiently through people. Okay, for what? In order to make money. That's the business. Okay, and what is our social identity as a business professional? Our profession is business problem solver. Okay, and what is the purpose of the strategy? What is the purpose of the strategy? Strategy is to win without fighting. Okay, what is the purpose of the strategy management? In order to win without fighting, how we can win without fighting? We create and sustain. Don't mean that. What is that? Competitive advantages. Okay, what are those five elements of the competitive advantage according to art of war originally? 5 Tao, Yin, Yi, Zhang, Bao. Okay, what are those? Sun art of war principles. What are the principles of the Sun art of war? Okay, good. And then Michael Porter and Lynchburg. Michael Porter, a genius, Harvard business professor. Shut up, just follow my way. Prescription group. Okay, and Lynchburg, no. Situation change, people change, and every day everything is changing. So that we better to configure our strategy. Strategy is formulated. On the other hand, the strategy is evolving. The strategy is formulating itself. Okay, that is a big difference of the Michael Porter and the Lynchburg. And however, there is another group, prescription group, configuration group. However, there is a between the describing group, 3 major groups of the strategy. Okay, and the case of the instant rice noodle, rice bowl. Okay, emerging, formulating, evolving a new strategy. That's a configuration group. The 3 strategy groups: prescription, shut up, just in my field. Describing group, what's happening? What is the competitive advantage of certain successful companies or businesses? Configuration group, everything changes. social identity as a businessman or the businesswoman, but we are becoming as a profession, business problem solver. Processes of the business problem solving we will learn today, and the tools for the defining a problem we will learn probably after this class. And the goal setting, why the goal setting is important, we will talk about it. That's it. Okay, 25. Any problem? Any question so far? You might have no question until Saturday or Sunday night. Sunday 6 p.m. You will ask a lot of questions. I really expect that. Don't worry. I'm ready. You can ask whatever you want at the WeChat. Okay, I will try to answer. Don't worry. Anyway, so you have one week. Well, you have around 1 week. Okay, good. So first exam. And by the way, so until the Thursday, you must complete your first homework, right? First homework. How to write an essay. I will guide you. How to write an essay. Okay, so at the Google Classroom, you can see this template. Please use this template just to input your sentences in this template. Okay, how many pages do I need? 1 page, no more than 1 page. If you let me have more than 1 page, I will torture you. Absolutely. 1 page. Is it easy? No, that will not be easy. Okay, so let's ask something. Sharon, what is the purpose of the communication in general? No. Communication. Why we make a communication? Why we talk? Why we dialogue? Why we chit and chat with a friend? To know each other. Okay, to inform something, to share the knowledge, blah 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 blah. However, what is the purpose of the business communication? Why? Okay, so business communication. General communication is chit chat or do something and share the information something. However, what is the purpose of the business communication? To encourage and to draw some cooperations with others. Probably, okay. In general, maybe we can say, we can understand, business has a very clear purpose of the communication. Business communication is totally different from the general communication. Do you feel that? The business guys talk in a totally different way. Don't you think so? Maybe you do not understand, but however, maybe you can understand when you go to the workplace. Business communication is totally different from the casual communication because our purpose is totally different from the general communication. What is the purpose of the business communication? Persuade. We want to persuade our customers to buy my product. We want to persuade my boss to let me have more money, let me have more authority, let me have more people. We want to persuade people to get more attention to my product or services. Persuade. And why we make this kind of the communication, PowerPoint, something. Why we make a business speech and why a few times and many CEOs just come to the big conference and they try to communicate with many people. Apple CEO or the Huawei CEO or the Xiaomi CEO, they come to the front, they come to the stage, and Elon Musk, he made a speech. Oh wow. Give your money. Investing your money in my product, investing in your money in my service. Business communication has a very clear purpose. In order to achieve our purpose, in order to persuade people, we need to be more effective. We need to be more efficient. Okay, so one very big difference. Business Time is money. Okay? We don't have time. For example, how many emails, how many things our CEO get or email? How many emails our CEO we usually get in a day? Can you guess? How many emails a CEO or the big CEO get? For example, Tesla. Elon Musk, how many email, how many communication he got every day? Many, more than 100. More than 100, okay? So just imagine, why if you get the 100 emails every day, you must process that 100 emails every day. So do you have time to process it? Do you have time? 100 emails. So absolutely. So in general, many CEOs or many decision makers, many managers, we delete email almost immediately if you do not meet our expectations. If you fail in persuading, okay? So that is the reason why you do not get the email response or why you do not get the right answer from the boss, from the CEO. That's persuade. In that case, CEOs, managers are busy, and then if you provided more than 10 pages or 20 pages or the 40 pages of the report, what will happen? The CEO will read your 20 pages of the report. Do you think so? They can read that 20 pages? No. How many pages they can read? So that is the reason why in business world we have a rule, 1 page rule. If you want to communicate with your boss, if you want to communicate with your boss, if you want to communicate with your business partners, please prepare 1 page executive summary or 1 page is something that summarize all your report or all your writing. Okay, good. And I will share a few number of the different kind of the 1 page proposal, 1 page idea, something, 1 page something. However, this is a summary of the 1 page reflection essay. 1 page reflection essay. Good. This is academy essay, and you learn about how to write an essay, APA style, MLA style. So you are familiar with that. So you are quite familiar with the structure of the essay writing. How to write an essay writing? Maybe you start with introduction, body, conclusion, right? Yeah, your English teachers may taught this. Introduction, body, conclusion. Okay? This is Western style, this is American style, whatever. So however, in Asia, we have a different writing style. Don't you think so? What is the Asian traditional writing style? Whatever, forget it. Anyway, so academic essay writing is consistent with this three structure: introduction, body, conclusion. Okay, good. In introduction, what kinds of things we need to talk? In body, what kinds of things and how we can talk? In conclusion, how we can talk, how we can organize. Okay, so this is a general structure of the essay. You are quite familiar with this, right? So if you complete your TOEFL writing or the GMAT writing, GRE writing, you are familiar with this. Okay? No? Structure, okay, whatever. Structure. Please write down your name, something familiar, the title, conference menu, that's almost everything. Introduction part, okay? You start with a true statement, like a general statement. Well, what is the background of something? Okay? Why you are talking about? Narrow down. Please specify. what we are talking about. And write down the clear problem statement. Define your problem. Then please propose at the basis. What is your opinion? What is your argument? What is your suggestion? Something. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that is summarize. So no matter what, we must be the better to keep the root of love. Love. What is love? We will talk about it. Button, line, up, front. If you want to say something, please say it on the top. Say it first. Okay? Please say when you want to talk. And support it. Different. Okay? So in Eastern world, in Eastern thinking, okay, we elaborate blah blah blah, and then we finally say conclusion at the bottom. In the Western essay writing, no. Speak when you want on the top first, then support. It's over. Okay. So here, general statement, introduction. Okay, write it down first. Then that is body. Body is composed with a few number of your that is when you're talking about. Then support with the reason, logics. Okay. Then if you need some help, if you want to support with the specific examples or the elaborations, For example, example is most supportive function, supportive sentences to help to persuade people. Okay. Good. That is 1, that is 2, that is 3, whatever. And conclusion, absolutely. The statement of the fact is what you have talked about. Summarize. Then you can say something about your personal opinion. Yeah, from this kind of argument, okay, I think, personally, I suggest, I imply, maybe we can make a better understanding of this one. Finally, general statement. Okay, good. This is a basic structure, and just input your sentences in here, and that will help you to organize your essay, right? Organize your thinking style. Okay. This is how we communicate in business world. Say important thing when you want at the first, then so forth. It's also there. If you want to get something, say it. Don't worry. Okay, good. And this is an example of something. Okay, essay, academic essay. This is academic essay. Okay, and this is an example of the general statement. Studies have shown that the managers in the multinational enterprise MNE confront the issues of the national culture in their daily activity. Okay, national culture is the matter in managing people. National culture, do I need to consider the national culture? Chinese culture, Korean culture, American culture, do I need to consider that? Yes, why not? Jessica, do you think that I need to consider the Chinese culture when I do some operation in China? Yes, why? True. If yes, okay, good. So that's interesting. Is it interesting? Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Confronted the issues of the national culture in their daily activities. I hope, and then narrow down. For example, for instance, policies set by the senior managers in one country may in fact represent the cultural assumption that the country only and as a result may differ from the assumption held by the managers who reside in another country and who are expected to carry out the policy. So national culture, according to different national culture, maybe we have a different HR policy, different management policy. Over the Chinese HR policy is different from the American HR policy. And the Chinese the HR strategy, or the Chinese managers may have a different perceptions about it, the people management from another country. Okay, that is the reason why we need to talk about it, the national culture. He say, okay, and problem. What is the problem? Such a difference in the national culture may affect the behaviors of the high level of the managers and by extension the effectiveness of policy. National culture, even though that is quite important, however, many do not know about it. What is the national culture's effect? Problem, and that's it. He is talking about what he is talking in his essay. If national culture may affect the way in which the managers carry out organic policies and the essential effectiveness of those policies, and if no studies, or there is no previous study about it, though, what is the effect or influence of the national culture on the manager's behavior? How the HLD might differ based on the national culture, which is critical factor to determine the overall success, or more should be known about it, how managers can operate. Enterprise differ in their perceptions of HR. So that is what he is talking about in his essay. Then he elaborates a few number of the facets. That is one. First, the different national culture has a strong influence onto the manager's decision-making behavior. Do you think that the high-level managers are highly influenced by the different national culture? He thinks so. He proposed. That's the reason why the national culture is important. Okay, he thinks so. Why? A recent study about the impact of the national culture find out that there is a huge difference in executive decisions between Asia and the US. My friends at the University of Minnesota. Additionally is a Russian scholar, my friend's HR, and then he investigated more than 30 years of the national culture influence on the people. Do you think so? Do you think so? Okay, let's go. Okay, and then there is an example. The US executives make their decisions with the focusing on the business outcomes, while the Asian executives on the long-term relationship outcomes. For example, in the US, many high-level CEOs, they focus on the performance, they focus on the money. If you make money, okay, everything will be okay. Even though you are an ass or you are a jerk, you make a lot of troubles, if you make money for me, fine. Really. Okay. However, in Asia, in Japan, in China, in Korea, okay, we respect our long-term relationship. Why is more important? Okay, money is sure, but the relationship is more important. So that many of the Asian executives, many of the Asian CEOs and the managers, they respect more relationship building than money. Sure. True? Do you think so? I think so. Okay, good. Makes sense? Yeah, that is the reason why the national culture may have a strong influence on the manager's decision. Okay? That is true. Second, there is a clearly different definition of effectiveness in the different culture. Probably effectiveness. What is the effectiveness? Get the right thing. Okay, do the right thing. So that contains that the culture, that contains that the value. Okay, literature says that no universal performance appraisal item in the measuring the manager's effectiveness exists in the MNC. Probably. For instance, the American manufacturer motor manager performance appraisal highly weighs on the production outcome. US outcome. What is that? Money. Okay, but the Japanese automaker Toyota's top priority of the manager performance appraisal is compliance of the Toyota spirit. Culture, value. Make sense? Probably. Okay, good. So then he supported his argument. He supported his that is right this way. Just one or two sentences. And then finally conclusion. This statement of the fact is summarized. National culture has gotten relatively little attention in the literature, though it is believed to be getting more important in the globalizing economy. Make sense? Yeah. That's what we say. Okay, summarizing. In his opinion, his implication, particularly the cultural effect on the manager's decision on the MNC is a blind spot in terms of people managing the field of the study. Hopefully. Okay? And I propose that the further study about the management purchasing power of the MNC manager's decision behavior will consider manager's performance metric. He suggests we'd better to study more about it, the relationship between the measurement metric of performance metrics with the people's decision making that is highly influenced by national culture. And general statement, finally, conclusion remark. A better understanding about the manager's decision behavior in the different culture can be just a little more competitive advantage. What is the purpose of the strategy management? Create, sustain, competitive advantage. Okay, from the key manager, talent in the MNC. This is a general structure of the essay. Persuasive? I think so. Because that was written by my friend in Chile. Okay, please let me have the strong reference, reliable reference. Okay, essay, academy essay. Okay, maybe from for the reference that can be go to the second page. Okay, and this that as the second page. Okay, one page. Okay, that will not be easy to summarize and make a very concise and essential sentences, but practice. We just need only one page to make a decision. If you let me have more than 2 pages, no, I will kill you. Because I don't have time. Welcome to business world. Blah, blah, blah. No, we don't have time. Okay, good. So, can you do this until Thursday? Please write down your first essay and submit it. Submit at the Google Classroom. That's all you need. And don't try to, please try to use the template. I already shared the template, the Word template. Just write it down and submit. Okay, maybe you can convert it to the PDF file. Okay, good. That's it. And accompanying with the writing an essay, I would like to show how to write an email, business email. Okay, business email. So you wrote a lot of emails to your professor, to your friends, to your somebody. Okay, and however, do you know how to write a business email? Have you ever learned about how to write a business email? What will happen if you send a very straight, if you send many emails to the professor or somebody, and why professors do not reply to you? Don't you think so? You may write an email to somebody, but however, why I do not get the appropriate reply? Because your email was trashed out almost immediately. Why your email was trashed out almost immediately? Because there is a reason. Because you do not follow the rules of the business email. We have expectations. In business world, we have an expectation. So I said, almost every day, CEOs and the many managers got more than 100 emails. And how many hours, how many times do I need to process that 100 emails? I have only 30 minutes to read and reply that 100 emails. Because I'm busy. Within 30 minutes, I need to proceed all 100 emails. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Because for me, it takes only 5 seconds to determine which one I need to read, which one I need to trash it. 5 seconds, okay? So then you must pass at the first 5 seconds of the screening time. Okay, so then let's make a good business email. Communication, absolutely. If you want to make a general or a casual communication, you can say whatever you want. But however, in business world, we have a totally different purpose. We want to persuade. Okay, good. And where are you? Oi? Oh. Can you see it? Okay, good. So yeah, in the YouTube, yeah, do you know that we College of Business have a YouTube? We have a YouTube, Victoria. Thank you, Victoria. Okay, so we have a YouTube. We have a YouTube. Okay, so at the YouTube, Bilibili as well. WKU, CBPM, social media. Okay, at the YouTube or the Bilibili, you can find out. Okay, so we share this kind of the working knowledge. How to write an email.
Dr. Jerry Choi at the College of Business. I would like.
Give me a second. So I use the artificial intelligence voice. Artificial intelligence.
Hi, this is Dr. Jerry Choi at the College of Business. I would like to tell you how to write a professional business email in this video. Email is an important communication tool in business. For example, a business executive gets over 100 emails daily, but many do not write an email in a proper way. A wrong form of email makes a reader frustrated, and the sender cannot get what intended to. Harvard Business Review suggests the best practice of business email writing. Learning from the military practice, Sagel suggested 3 guidelines. Here, I added 2 more guides for better email writing in the real world. These 5 suggestions are: first, subjects with keywords in the title sentence. Second, bottom line up front, the. Third, be economical. Bullet type is recommended. Fourth, keep the structure, containing 5 whats and 1 age. Whom, why, what, where, when, how. Fifth, clearly indicate who is the sender. With keeping these 5 suggestions, you can write this style of professional email. In the title, you can clearly describe what is the purpose of your email with a keyword. In the first line, you can clearly indicate whom you are sending your email to. Then, you can give the bottom line of your email. Providing background or details will help a reader to take action. Be polite, and please tell the receiver who is sending this email and how to get you. This is it. Let's keep these business email writing rules to make a professional communication.
Okay, that's it. That's it. Okay, I do better to explain a little bit more. So in the email, almost every, what is the most important thing at the writing an email? Please, title. Okay, please write a title in a right manner. Title must be most informative. Title must be most persuasive. Okay. And you'd better to start with the categories of the email. Purpose. What is the purpose of this email? Information. That is the reason why I started with that, the parenthesis information. I will provide the information. And then there must be another categories like action. If you take this email, please take action. And the information, action, or the respond, or RSVP, or some title. Okay, please guide me. Information, okay? And what is the purpose of this email? The purpose is CBT faculty meeting changing to 1:30 p.m. on a certain day. Enough. If I see this, okay, got it. Thank you. Okay? And however, if I want to check more about this issue, I open the email. Okay? I open the email. If I get this email, I check it and I mark my change the schedule on my calendar and I delete. However, if I want to check more something, I open the email. Then I can see, I must be see my name. Dear whom. Okay, many times, many emails comes to somebody else, and that is CC'd me for my reference. Do I need to read that kinds of the reference letter? No, I don't need that because I'm not a receiver. If I am not a receiver, I delete because that's just for reference. I don't need to do something. Okay, delete. So if you can if you can see your name on the receiver, okay? Oh, that's for me. If you cannot find your name on the receiver, okay, here in the under there, receiver, CC, BCC, something, okay? However, if you cannot see your name, okay? Okay. So if you want to stay, if you want to request for something, okay? Dear Professor Dr. Jerry Choi, it's better to start with that. Because I am coming. Because there is my name. Receiver, who are you sending? Good. And the bottom line up front, please say what you want to say on the first one. Okay? Why? Background. You don't need to write down the essay sentences, blah, blah, blah. And how many pages you and yeah. So English teachers, some communication teachers, so when they have around the room, what wrong? Yeah. Why? Do I need to read? Do you think that I can read that kind of long email? No. If I have more than room, delete. I don't have time to read that kind of blah blah blah. If you cannot say your thoughts within 1 or 2 sentences, you do not know that. Simple. And then write it down. And okay, and the contact, please contact point. And many times, somebody do not let me have them. Who is the sender? Who are you? So then, I want to reply, but whom do I need to reply? Who is the person in charge? And many times in Asia, okay, somebody send an email with under the name of the organization, like finance. Who is the finance? Whom do I need to talk? Do I need to talk with the finance manager? When I talk with the finance manager, please let me have your name. And sometimes they just send, WKU HR. Who is HR? Whom do I need to talk? Person in charge. Who is the person in charge? Okay, so please clearly describe who is the sender. Because if I want to do some action, if I want to add some actions, or if I want to do some checkup, if I want to manage something, I need a person. And a few number of the students, they send me an email without the name, without the identification, okay? So then what I do, delete. Simple, because I cannot do anything. I don't know. What can I do? Delete. So in this way, this is how we work. If we do not work like this, okay, we are totally found and we are totally submerged by many of emails, unnecessary emails, muda. Okay, so if you want to write something, you're a business professional. I hope. Okay. I hope you are becoming a business professional, not just a blah blah, not just a hater or somebody. You are becoming a business problem solver. One page, be very concise and persuasive communication, powerful communication via business. Okay, good. And that's it. Give me a second.
Let's keep these business email writing rules to make a professional communication. Thank you. Hi, this is Dr. Jerry.
Shut up. Okay, again. And today we are going to business problem solving. business problem solving. Okay, that's all. So far, any question about the exam? Any question about the writing an essay? Or any question about the writing a business email? Okay, no matter what, okay, please keep in mind, our purpose of communication in business is pursuit. If you can persuade people, you can do whatever you can do, whatever you want. Okay, but this is just a nice guide. Anyway, so okay, we go to the strategy, business problem solving process, and the defining a problem. That is our exam 1 part. Okay, in general, we have a process of business problem solving. However, there are tons of thousands of different business problem solving processes. Okay, out of many, okay, I follow this because this problem solving process is coming from McKinsey Business Consulting. Personally, I love that kinds of things from my 2 teachers. I have 2 teachers of the business strategy. My 2 teachers, and those 2 teachers are the founder of the McKinsey Seoul office. And one from graduate at Harvard MBA and DBA Harvard PhD, and another is a Princeton PhD. Anyway, so I have 2 founding fathers of the McKinsey Seoul office, and they established that the McKinsey office in Seoul around 30 years ago. And one was my teacher at the KGI School of the Public Management. And he taught me this, and he wrote a few number of the books about it, the strategy management consulting. And my another teacher was my boss. He was my boss, and I was working at the business consulting firm, and he was my boss. He was my CEO, and he tortured me about how to do these kind of things at the work. Anyway, those 2 founding fathers of the McKinsey Seoul office, and they taught me. I learned a lot. And then this is a summary of that. And this was to be universal around the world in McKinsey office. Anyway, so we have a process in business problem solving in strategy way, strategy management consulting. Okay, so we have this kind of the 6 different processes. First, we define the problem. Second, we disaggregate the issue. Third, we develop the hypothesis and work plan. Then we conduct critical analysis. Okay, and we synthesize findings from this kind of the critical analysis outcome. Then we prepare public communication. Okay, when we do this kind of things, we think of this. When we define the problem, we think of who is the key decision maker. When we disagree the issue, we think Miss D, okay? And when we develop the hypothesis, the work plan, we think the end of the product. What is the end product of this? And then when we conduct a critical analysis, we think of the 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule, Pareto rule. Synthesize findings. When we synthesize findings and when we try to conclude a few number of our strategic options, we think, so what? Finally, we think, is it clear? Is it impactful? Is it persuasive? When we try to prepare the communication. Okay, this is general process. Okay, good. Mason, out of these 6 processes, what do you think? What is the most time-consuming and what is the most important process? How is it? Choose one. When you do these kind of things, what is most teasing? What is most time-consuming? What is most important? And why? Define the problem, exactly. Okay. Absolutely. Defining a problem is most time-consuming and the most important because if we define the right problem, the other issues, the other processes are quite mechanistic. However, it takes more than 70% of time to define the right problem. For example, okay, so somebody hired me as a business strategy problem solver, and then he or she want to solve a broken global supply chain problem for her business. Okay, so broken global supply chain problem is her problem. Can she manage that? Is that a problem? Probably not. Probably not. We are business problem solvers. What is our business problem? Increasing revenue. Global supply chain broken. I don't care if I can increase revenue, if I can increase cost. I don't care about the broken global supply chain. Rethink. Change the perception. Change the framework. Change the framework. Your problem is not given. Never, ever. Please define your problem in a right manner, in your way. Don't hunt it. Don't get hunted by the others' way. We are business problem. We are interested in the problem solving, not just to work like a slave. Think out of box. So, in order to define the problem, we study many things. We reframe our many work. We interview people, and we conduct a few number of pilot studies. And then, mainly, we fight. We fight every day, every moment. Okay, so we business consultant, we team, and we partners. We argue each other. We fight each other. We talk each other to draw the best solution. Obligation to listen. What can you remember the Apple? Steve Jobs. He wanted to make the ideal winning organization. Why? We should have the best idea. Best idea must win, not hierarchy. Because we want to solve our problem. I want to increase revenue. I want to decrease cost. Anything else? It is. However, when we define the problem, that is most of the time, more than 70% of time. Really, like that. Okay? We invest our more than 70% of time in defining the problem. And once we define the right problem, the other things are we can see. And somebody question about it. Hey, professor, probably the conducting the critical analysis will take more time. No, for me, it takes only 5 minutes. I'm expert of the data analysis. I'm expert of the data collection. I'm expert of the something. Okay. If I have data, I just input my computer and then I just got a result within 5 minutes. Don't worry about that. I'm expert. You will be, you will get familiar with that kinds of things. Sure. How many years I've worked? 10 years. Don't worry. It is type mechanism. Okay. This, okay. Fine. I'm well trained. I have tons of thousands of the slide. However, every time, every problem comes to me in a totally different way. Broken global supply chain. Do you know that the nickel? What happened in the nickel? A few days ago, in LME, the London Material Exchange, okay? So nickel stopped trading, nickel. And something was happened by a Chinese nickel producer. And who is the largest producer of the nickel? China. I cannot remember. Somebody, okay, anyway. So nickel, it was totally dominated by the Chinese players. However, something was happened, and then the nickel price was spiked high. And what happened? Stopped. Everything is stopped, aborted, and suspended. So what is happening? that Chinese big nickel king will die because he made a stupid something. He defined the problem in a wrong way, and he thought he can dominate the nickel market and that he can make more money in this situation. However, something will happen, and then somebody attacked him back. He defined the wrong problem. His problem, he wanted to increase revenue in a totally manipulative way. But however, he misunderstands the problem. Because the situation, war. And the Tesla in China. Do you think that the Tesla is an American company or the Chinese company? Anybody think that is an American company because that is headquartered and run by the Elon Musk. But actually, Tesla is a Chinese company too, because they are operating in Shanghai. They have a lot of the Chinese employees. Okay, so then Tesla needs a nickel, and then the Chinese businessman who is a nickel king, he made a mistake or something, and he speaks something in Chinese, and he communicated with something, and he wanted to influence something because he want to influence that the revenue, his revenue, but no, because he framed in a wrong way. He made a mistake. You can find the problem. Anyway, so yeah, maybe you do not. Okay, good. So that kinds of things is happening almost every day in business world, and then every day somebody get money, anybody lose their money because they fail in this. Anyway, so when we define the problem, okay, we think who is the key decision maker, and yeah, for example, a supply chain manager call you, invite you as a business external consultant that please solve this our global supply chain problem. Okay? And however, he's a key decision maker of the company, that problem? No, I don't think so. Many times he's just an advocate, he's just a representative or the person in charge. Who is the key decision maker? CEO. Probably. And many times the CEO is not a key decision maker. There must be the hidden somebody. Many times, please try to find out who is a real key decision maker. Sometimes retire the CEO or retire the chairman or the family member can be the key decision maker. Please put your shoes on the key decision maker's shoes. Don't be manipulated by other pretending key decision maker. Please identify who is the real key decision maker. Okay, then define the problem. For example, when I worked for the SK telecommunication company in Korea, okay, and then my person in charge, my partner in the SK Telecom, and he wanted to make an increase of the what is that? The balloon, the music apps revenue. And he invited us, our consulting team. Hey, can you please bring the best idea to improve the music contents app revenue increasing? Absolutely. Okay, and then we work hard, and then we bring best of the ideas or something. And however, suddenly one day when we made a public communication, and that was totally flipped over. Yeah, that's a garbage. Why? There must be a hidden key decision maker. The key decision maker's interest was not just improving the music content application revenue increasing, but her wish was she wanted to fundamentally change to the music app, not just revenue. Okay, we identify her, and then we try to restructure all the apps in a totally different. What is that? The fundamental foundation something from web to mobile. So we propose that the mobile app, not the web-based something. So that's how we become problem. How we define a problem. The real problem was that key decision maker wanted to transform a platform from web to mobile, not just increasing value. Okay. So then we made a success. Okay, define the problem. So no matter what, if you want to solve a problem, please invest your energy, invest your time in defining a right problem. That problem must be come from the key decision maker. Oh, absolutely, that's not easy. More than 70% of time we invest. Okay. Once we define the right problem, other things, okay. Anyway, so how we elaborate that kinds of the problems? Disaggregate the issue, and then when we disaggregate the issue, we check the missing. What is missing? Very missing. What is missing? Very missing. You know that from me. Culture, LV, missing. Mutually exclusive, collectively exhaustive. Okay, together, mutually exclusive means between the issue and issue there must be no overlap. When we collect every issues and then there must be exhaustive. That means when we add up everything, there must be cover one. Oh, we learned that at the business statistics. Or something else. Do you remember? Okay. And absolutely, you will see this at the first exam. Oh, that is, yeah. So you have 25 multiple choice, 24 multiple choice, and the one write it down. And this is the write down. Okay, please. Okay. Mutually exclusive. Okay, mutually exhaustive. Okay, when you do the second step of the disaggregation, please remember this. Missing, mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. That is this. Okay, we have a chunk of the problem. We have a big chunk of the problem. So then we do better to disaggregate this issue with a manageable, small sub problem. When we disaggregate this big chunk of problem in a manageable something, we should have this mutually exclusive issues. There is no overlap between these two. No overlap. Okay. Broken global supply chain. People do not come back. Truck does not operate. Something else. Cargo ships. Whatever. No overlap. No overlap. Good. Again, no overlap. That's a mutually exclusive. Actually, this is popular. This is get popular because that is used by the McKinsey. And actually, this kind of idea, mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive, that come from the Barbara Minto. Around 30 years ago, there was a McKinsey lady, and she made these rules when we disaggregate the problems. That really helped. Then we elaborate and whatever. When we add up every issues, when we add up everything, that must cover whole problem. That is exhaustive. Is it easy? No. We need a lot of training to make this kind of. We call this critical thinking. Okay. Maybe you learned a lot of, you hear a lot about it. What is a critical thinking? Critical thinking thinking? What is critical thinking? Yeah. What is critical thinking? What do you think? Just critical? Just negative? Just say no? What is critical thinking? Passive? Was passive. Okay, so what is the critical thinking? What is critical thinking? Oh, yeah, we hear a lot about it. What is the critical thinking? What is critical thinking? Huh? Oh, many teachers say, okay, you must be critical. You must have the critical thinking power. You must critical thinking. What is critical thinking? Is there anybody who can tell that? I can tell. This is critical thinking. This is critical thinking. We analyze, we make it manageable, elaborate this, okay? Then we can choose option number of what's critical something. Critical. Okay. This is a start of the critical thinking. We will see, then we will do the critical thinking. More. Okay, we see nice start of the critical thinking. Go forward. Third, develop the hypothesis of work plan. Okay, so you are familiar with the hypothesis formulation. Okay, negative hypothesis, null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, scientific approach. We call that the scientific approach. Good. Okay, then we make a work plan. Many times it doesn't work. Whatever, we make a plan, original plan, intended strategy, okay? Or that can change. Okay, we have a plan. When we do this, please think of the end product. What do you want to say in your final report? So then, probably when you make a work plan, when you make a hypothesis, you plan to make a collection. You collect a few number of data. You collect the data. Okay, you want to collect the data. Okay, so solving something or collecting something. What? Or what? How you can use that data at the end? What do you want to say in your final report? Please think first. What is your final report and what is your final outcomes look like? Before do something. Okay? Please do that. Planning, okay, strategy. Use your brain. Please think of the end product. What do you want to say at the final? Okay, good. Then, when we are ready, we conduct a critical analysis. Short. Don't spend more than 10% of your time in conducting the analysis. If you can use expert, use it. Invest in it. If you need the software, buy it. If you need the data, buy it. If you can buy the data, if you can buy the people, if you can use whatever you want, please invest in it. Okay, but make it short. Make it short as possible. For me, 5 minutes, within 5 minutes to conduct the artificial intelligence or data analysis. If that takes more than 5 minutes, it's a garbage. I don't need to do that. Maybe I better delegate. I better to use another expert. We are business problem solver. We are not a computer scientist. If you need the data, don't try to get the data. Please buy it. That is the cheapest way. If you can buy the data, buy it. Invest it. Okay, we are business. Okay, and then when we do this, we think of the 80-20 rule. What is the 80-20 rule? 80-20 rule, Pareto rule. A long story short, Pareto rule is 20% of the closing results measures in 80% of outcomes. %, 80% input, output. For example, only 20% of the problems causes 80% of the error. Only 20% of invest in your time, okay, may change your 80% of your GPA. Oh, how many percent of your time you invest in study now? How many percent? How many hours are you studying every day? Out of 24 hours? 24 hours, you must sleep around 10 hours. You have 14 hours. You will play the 4 hours of the prove something 10 hours. Okay, you must participate. You must participate in the class, and then that is not learning, but that is not studying, but that's just listening. Okay, and then just around 6 hours, and then you have 4 hours. Out of 4 hours, how many hours you study? Not much. However, if you study 20% of this, okay, that's around 80% of 1 hour. Okay, that's around 50 minutes. If you really study around 50 minutes, you change your GPA. Okay. But you didn't. Me, I didn't. Okay, that's fine. That's our life. However, please keep think. If you want to achieve something, please invest 20% of your time every day. That's no more than 1 hour. Really. Okay. Whatever, that's how we manage efficiency. This is our efficiency. So according to Pareto rule, we conduct many kinds of the analysis, data, something, and then in here, we identify this kind of the issues, problems, blah, 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 and we formulate our hypothesis. And out of many, we just focus on the 20% of the problems. 80%, I don't care. If I have enough money, if I have enough time, I will do everything. But however, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money. So I better to choose. So that's the reason why I suggest you, if you have a chance to buy the data, buy it because you don't have time. 20%. Okay. Okay, good. And then when we synthesize the findings, okay, please think of so what? What is the meaning? What is the meaning of it? Okay, many times junior consultants fail in persuading something, bring the best idea. For example, okay, we need to fundamentally develop the artificial intelligence for this company. Is it possible? Probably not. We better to buy the new artificial intelligence. So please. And finally, we prepare the powerful communication. What is the purpose of the business communication? Persuade. If I can persuade a key decision maker without any PowerPoint, fine. If I can persuade a key decision maker just an email, fine. If I need to make a presentation in order to persuade many key decision makers, I will do it. I will do whatever I can do if I can persuade my people in any form. However, what if I know you well? Hey, key decision maker, I want to do this. Okay, can you give me a permission? And then you give me a permission. Do I need to bring something? Okay. Offer communication, be creative. Okay, this is the general processes of the business problem solving. Okay, and how to communicate effectively and efficiently. That's it today. And do you have any questions so far? Okay, essay writing until Thursday, midnight. You have time. Good. And I will see you on Thursday, okay? Good, thank you. Yes, yeah, just use the template and just fill in the sentence specific. Don't change anything. No. Just use my template, okay?
I want to ask about the